Hi. So I'm not trying to make this into like a crafting channel or anything like that. I really have no interest in being like a YouTuber in that sense. But I just thought that since it is almost the first day of summer, I would just make a quick video for like accountability purposes, to show everything that I'm planning on working on over this summer in terms of my like work in progress craft stash. I'm gonna go more or less in order, as far as like my priorities go, to kind of figure out what I need to be doing. Birdie, stop. He really likes yarn. So this is just that. This is just that. So the first thing that I want to get done is I'm making a pair of socks. As you can see here, this is going to be knit, and this ball is supposed to have enough for 2 socks. It's like a special kind of like pre-planned out sock yarn, where it starts this dark color and then as you get more towards the end, I don't know how well you can see, it gets lighter and lighter as you go from the toe to the cuff. And so I'm going to start with that since I already have it on my needles, and I want to get that done before too long. This will be my first priority, first thing I'm going to do. And then I also have a second ball of this yarn in here. I also have a second ball of this yarn right here. It kind of shows you, oh, there we go. There's a picture of like the gradients that it's going to have when it's done. I'm not exactly sure when I'm going to make the other pair of socks or who I'm going to make them for. I guess I'll see if my husband likes the pair that I make enough that he wants matching ones. We'll figure it out. Maybe I'll just make 2 for myself. I don't know. But I really like the colors on this. They remind me of like a Monet painting. And I think that that is just the best. So that is first thing. So then after that, I want to finish up this guy right here. So this is on a really long circular needle. But this is basically going to be a pillow cover for this pillow. I bought this at Target and it's just kind of starting to show its age. It looks a little bit worn. So I'm going to cut the knit part off of this and then replace it with my own. Just to kind of give it a little bit of a refresh. So when it's stretched out, it'll look like that. Not like a huge aesthetic difference because it's still going to be very obviously knit. But I just thought that that would look kind of nice. So that's going to be my second priority. And this should be a pretty quick project. I'm already like more than halfway done. So it shouldn't be too bad. And this yarn is really cool because it's this really pretty ombre. But then what it is it's like a nylon, tube that has wool like blown into it. So it is really soft. So then after I finish that, the next priority on my list is to get this particular lace project finished up. It won't take very long. This right here maybe only took like 3 hours, so it's not like a big thing. It'll be a one-day thing just to get that done, get it off the pillow, so I can either start on the next one or I can move on to something else. So this is when it starts to get a little bit more nebulous, but I think that the next project that I want to do once I'm done with my lace, or at least that particular lace, is I want to finish this cross stitch, which has been on my frame since before I got married. So 3 years almost. Yeah, I think I put it on the summer before I got married. Maybe even 2 summers before I got married. I don't know. It's been a long time. I've done other projects, other cross stitch projects, during the time I was working on this, but I really want to get this done. It's this really pretty like winter scene, and I'm ready to have it be finished so I can move on to something else. So after that, and this is kind of where I'm tossing things up, but I think that the next thing I want to do after that is I want to do this next cross stitch project that I've had sitting in my notions basket for like 2.5 years, I want to say. And this thing is gigantic, but I don't think it's going to take that long because A, it's printed cross stitch, and B, it's like pretty low count Ida. Like it's only, well, I guess it is 10 an inch, but I don't know, maybe a little more than an inch. Either way, but this thing is gigantic. It is 3 feet long by 1 foot tall. So I'm really excited to get this done. I think if this goes well, I might actually have it professionally framed. It's kind of hard to tell from the color, but it's just like a section of Van Gogh's Almond Blossoms. That really pretty blue painting that I really like. So I'm excited to get that done. So after that, it's kind of gonna depend on what I'm feeling at that point, because I have quite a few knitting projects that I could work on, and then I also have a ton of lace. So I'm just gonna kind of talk through sort of all of the projects that I have to work on and kind of show you what's going on with that. So first thing, and as far as my like knitted stuff goes, this would probably be the thing that I start with. I have this really cool like multi-thickness yarn that's all cotton, and it is just about the exact right yardage to make a like baby slash like young toddler t-shirt. And I have a friend who is going to be having a baby soon, so I'm thinking maybe I will try and get that done by her due date. Then I've got two different colors of sock yarn ready to go to be made into socks. So I've got this gray marl, which I think is really cute, and then I'm not sure where the other skein is, but there's this pink that's like stripy. So those are kind of next on the docket as far as that goes. Another thing that's not in here, it's not downstairs, that I want to do is I crocheted myself a sweater last fall, and I'm just not super thrilled with how it turned out. So my plan, as I'm messing with lace that's stuck to duct tape, my plan is at some point to take that apart and redo it, and I think when I do that I'm going to knit it and maybe make that like my first cable project, because I haven't done anything with knitting cables yet, and that's something that I would really like to learn how to do. The duct tape kind of messed this up, you can see. Anyway, not that this is like important or anything, obviously it's just lying around. But then after all of that, or during all of that, or before all of that, I have a couple of lace making books that I really want to get through. So the first one is Bruges Flower Lace. This is the Edna Sutton book, and I've done some of this, like I've done sort of the first bits, and the pricking that's on my pillow right now is actually from this book, but it works up to like all these fun grounds, and by the end you can like do some sort of like faux Milanese lace, and just stuff like these little like doily almost type things. And I just think that seems really cool, so I'm hoping to work on this at least a little bit this summer. And then I just got this for my birthday this year, so not even a month ago, but it's a bunch of like torchon patterns, which I love working with torchon lace. That's the style that I'm most like familiar and comfortable with. And so this book is cool because it has all of the prickings already. which is crazy. Part of me wants to just photocopy them onto cardstock because like it's so rare to find a book like this that has the prickings in it still. Like you can tell like from the cover, like it's not supposed to have pink around the edges. This is just an old book that was sitting on somebody's shelf forever, and then they finally decided to sell it, and now I have it, which is just so deeply exciting to me. And I'm cautious about ripping the patterns out because I don't want to not make it less valuable in terms of like money for the future, but kind of like, you know what I mean, like less, like somebody else, I couldn't like give this to another lace maker and they could use it if I were to rip all of the prickings out. So I don't know, we'll see. Either way, I'm really excited about that. And then I have a whole nother torch and pattern book over there that I have hardly touched because lace takes so long to get through. But either way. So those are my plans for now. I'm sure other things will kind of sneak up and get in the way, but that is the basics. One thing that you might notice is that I don't have any crochet stuff on the docket right now, just because I've been focusing on knitting more and trying to get the feel for how that works. So at this point, anything that I would maybe normally crochet, I would challenge myself to do as knit instead. Also because I'm not trying to buy any more yarn, and knitting is more efficient when it comes to the amount of yarn that it uses. Birdie, you want to come say hi? You want to come say hi? Look. Look. He's oh my gosh, Birdie. If you made this far, thanks for watching. If you feel like commenting which project, Birdie, this is what he was barking at. This right here. So if you feel like commenting and telling me what project you think will be the most fun, or if you want me to like post updates at all, let me know. Otherwise, I'm just gonna leave this up so that I can look back on it in the fall and see what I actually accomplished versus what I planned to accomplish. And hopefully it comes out okay for me. Anyway, see you around. Make good choices.